contact. We're going to do a little bit of rocking. And then we're going to drape. Is it okay if I step to the beginning?
Yeah.
You want to ask permission before you go ask about that. We're going to bring our hands out. Staying in contact. And the first stroke is palmar effleurage. Second stroke is knuckle effleurage. Third stroke is knuckle effleurage. Then we're going to go down the right side. We're going to reach across and petrissage. Scoop, lift, squeeze. Scoop, lift, squeeze. How's the pressure?
Good, thank you.
We're going to do that twice. Once from the bottom of the waist all the way up to the top, and once from the top down. And then we're going to do ringing. And we get to breast tissue. We're going to make an X so we don't go on it. And then we're going to do circular friction and push off and come back. Circular friction on the erectors. Push straight off when we come to breast tissue. Circular erection and push off. Then we're going to come back up. Then we're going to do 3 effleurage. And you can hold your wrists either way. If you can keep them straight the other way, then do it that way. If you cannot, then go the way I just did. Then we're going to come down to this side. And we've already warmed up this side, so we're going to do more work on this side. We're going to do 3 little stretches here right at the waist. Then we're going to take our flat knuckle and we're going to go around the bone right here. And then I'm going to move her arm down because of my body, and now I'm going to use forearm effleurage. We're going to go up to the scapula about right here, and then we're going to turn our arm this way. So we can go through the trap and the bone right here. Then we're going to come back up. Come all the way down to the waist. Turn it down. Cut them in half. Put the other arm up. And then we're going to use this arm to go back up. We're going to go around here. Can you put your arm behind your back?
Yeah.
I'm just asking her. I didn't want her to do that. Put it up. Here. If they can't put their arm behind their back, put it here. But if we can, we want to get it behind the back so we can get that scapula up like that. Then we're going to ulnar border friction around that scapula. And then we're gonna come around, put their arm right below their wrist, pat down the scapula, put your hand here and use your thumb to strip. And then we're gonna come down here and go across a diagonal friction, or diagonal effleurage, sorry. Across the body. And then back down, nice gentle swing. And bring it back up here and give it a little stretch. Back up the body. 3 effleurage. You can shake a little bit down here if you like. Then we're going to go down, and we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. Petrissage, scoop, lift, squeeze, up and down is one. We're going to do 2 of them. So that's the first one, and here's the second one. Then just like the other side, ringing. When we get to breast tissue, we make an X so we don't grab that. Then circles and push out. Circles and push out. Come to breast tissue area, circles and push out straight. Circle and push out straight. Then we push off all the way back down and all the way back up. Back up, 3 effleurage. And you see how I can step to the side so I don't touch them with my body? It's going to depend on your body whether how you have to step to the side or not. And then we're going to go back down to the side because we've already warmed it up. We're going to do 3 right here. 1. We're just separating. 2, 3. Then we're going to do that effleurage all the way up, down through their trap. And then you're just going to back it out and go with the other hand. It looks more complicated than it is. Come all the way down. Once you get past the scapula, then kind of windshield wiper down. Cut them in half. Put the other arm up. Now we're going to windshield wiper back up the other way. And come down. Again, can you put this hand behind your back?
Yes.
Because they might be able to do one hand but not the other. Lift up, put your palm here, push this down so that scapula bone goes up and ulnar border friction around the scapula. See how I'm kind of resting on here? And then all the way around, pat down the scapula, and then use your thumb, do some scraping. In between the scapula and the neck, you're going to go across, diagonal effleurage, palmar, and you're just covering, like you're filling in that triangle. Then you come around, and stretch out. Back up. I'm going to do just a little bit, I call it a fan shape. So what we're trying to do is an area that looks like this, and you're just doing stripping with your thumbs. just in that area of the fan. And then these are the rector spinae down here, and we're gonna do cross fiber friction, turn stroke, cross fiber, and 3 effleurage to finish up. Now, you can come up like that. You can go all the way down in between each one. Again, if they have a crush on you, I would stop before the hands, because you might give them the wrong idea. Or you can just go around like this. Kind of depends on where you are. If you're behind, I would do this. If you're not, you can go all the way down. It's nice to touch as much as you can. Okay? Then we would come back down here. We want to redrape. If they're cold, we would tuck, and it is pretty cold today, so we want to tuck some. Then we would come down, staying in contact. Get that one little piece underneath the leg. Make it come all the way up. Tuck in, stay in contact again. The lotion on. First stroke, Palmer effleurage. Second stroke, knuckle effleurage. How's the pressure?
Good, thank you.
Third stroke, forearm effleurage. Circles around the malleoli. Ulnar border friction on the Achilles tendon. Palmar friction on the calf. Turn and face and petrissage, scooperative squeeze. Ringing, keep your thumbs the same way. Fulling, lift up, push down, spread out. Lift up, push down, spread out, return stroke. Stripping up the gastroc. Circles on the medial and lateral collateral ligaments. Another strip up the gastroc. Another circles. 3 effleurage. Effleurage up to the glutes. And we're going to do some compression rocking on the glutes. See how I rock her body? It's kind of a push and catch. Beat the glutes. Hack the thighs. Cut. Nerve stroke. Redrape. Bring the drape down. Grab at the ankle down here. Down. Tuck. Stay in contact. Same thing on this side. Put the lotion on. and 3 effleurages. Palmar. Knuckle. And forearm. Circles around the malleoli. Palmar friction on the calf. Turn and face and petrissage. Scoop, lift, squeeze. Ringing. Fulling, lift up, push down, spread out. Lift up, push down, spread out. Return stroke. Stripping up the calf and gastroc. Circles around the medial and lateral collateral ligaments. Return stroke. Stripping up the gastroc and soleus. Gastroc has 2 heads, so we're trying to separate those. Circles around the medial and lateral collateral ligament. Return stroke. 3 effleurage. Effleurage up to the thigh, turn and face, and petrissage. Mostly on the outside, some on the middle. Then we're going to turn and face way under the knee, way back by the thigh. Way under the knee, way back. Diagonal friction. Fulling, lift up, push down, spread out, facing the feet on this one. Lift up, push down, spread out, just 2 of them. 3 effleurage. Effleurage up to the glutes. Turn and face. And we're going to do the compression with the pushing and catching. Then we're going to do deportment. Beat the glutes. Hack the thighs. Cut the thighs. Stop the feet. Nerve stroke. Redrape. Then we're going to turn them over. Short side is on your side. Long side is on their side. You're going to have them scoot down so their head's on the table. Tap their shoulder, keep it down by their neck. Watch your face mask when you pull it back down. And we'll do the front of the leg. Hip and ankle. Over. Up. Put on the lotion. Three effleurage, palmar up to the knee. Palmar up to the knee, and then flip over and knuckle. How's the pressure?
Good, thank you.
Palmar up to the knee, flip over, and forearm. Circles around the malleoli. Friction on the calf. Turn and face, petrissage on the calf. You're doing some with your thumbs on this outside anterior tibialis, but a lot of it's on the bottom here. Efforage, 3 times, palmar, knuckle, forearm, palmar up to the thigh, mostly on the outside, petrissage. Turn and face, diagonal friction, way under the knee, way back by the thigh, and just switch them, pushing and pulling. And then lift up, push down, spread out, facing the feet, pulling, lift up, push down, spread out. Turn stroke, 3 efforage. See where I'm leaning with my body weight, not pushing with my hands or pushing with my arms. It's all about leaning. Nerve stroke from the outside, very important on the outside, on the inner thigh. And same thing, down here at the ankle, pull out. If they're cold, tuck in, come to the other side. Three efforage, efforage up, always to the outside. Second stroke, efforage up to the knee, flip it over. See how I go right into the next stroke? That's the transition, definition of the transition stuff. Circles around the malleoli, friction on the calf, turn and face, petrissage. Oh, I know what I forgot on that side. Ulnar border friction. Friction on the top of the quad tendon, friction on the bottom. Circles on the medial lateral collateral ligaments. 3 efforage, palmar, knuckle, forearm, efforage up, turn and face, petrissage, mostly on the outside. And then you're going to do the diagonal efforage, way under the knee, way back by the thigh, and then just switch places. Pulling, and the big part of the leg, lift up, press down, spread out, just 2 of them. Lift up, press down, spread out. 3 efforage. And nerve stroke on the outside. Then down. Bring contact. Have them come up and then get their arm. Bring it up to 90 degrees. Underneath. Pull it tight. Put the lotion on the arm. And then we're going to do 3 efforage. This is kind of a pancake on the outside way up to the shoulder, flip it over on the inside, way up to the shoulder. That's one. Flip it over on the outside, this is two. And flip it over one more time, and this is three. Then we're gonna come to the wrist, and we're gonna friction at the wrist. Friction in between the metacarpals. Friction on the hand, circles on the knuckle, friction in between. And pull off. Friction on the knuckle, friction in between, knuckle. Switch hands. We're gonna do a little petrissage in between the thumb. This can be a headache area. Usually pretty tight on people. And then friction on the thumb. Then we're gonna turn the hand up. Do some friction this way. Circles, really get on the thenar eminence, the bigger, fatter part of the thumb here. Then we're gonna turn the hand down so it's facing us, facing up. I have to put a little bit more lubricant on because I didn't have enough. And we're gonna do petrissage. Scoop, lift, squeeze, scoop, lift, squeeze, scoop, lift, squeeze. 3 of them on each side, or you can alternate. You don't always have to look at it. Look up every once in a while. Stretch your neck. And then we're going to squeeze on both sides and go down the arm. Then we're just going to flip the arm over. So the elbow is in the air. We're going to put some lubricant on from the elbow down to the shoulder. And we're gonna do petrissage, scoop, lift, squeeze. 3 times on each side. This could be tickly, so slow, deep. Some people you won't be able to do it on. And then we're gonna do same thing we did on the forearm. Like this, squeezing. Then we're going to go down to the deltoid, like a Nerf ball squeeze on that deltoid muscle. We're going to have them take a deep breath, and on their exhale, we're going to lift up and then come out as far as they can. Then we're going to walk them back. We're going to do 3 atterage. Go all the way up to their shoulder. And again, the same kind of pancake thing when you turn them over. And on the last one, you're going to go all the way up. And this is a trap muscle. We're going to do some petrissage on the trap muscle. Don't rip them off here. And then this is where people are pretty sore. And then we'll end with 3 esselage. Nerve stroke. Redrape. On the redrape, you come up to 90 degrees. Over. In. Tuck if they're cold. Stay in contact. Into the other side. Bring it up to 90 degrees. Underneath. Pull it tight. Put on the lubricant. 3 atterage. friction on the wrist, friction in between the metacarpals. Circles and friction on all the fingers. Circles, friction in between. Petrissage in between the thumb and index finger. Finish out on the thumb, frictioning. And do some circles, friction. I didn't show on this hand, but you can even do some in between with moving the metacarpals. And we're going to do back to effleurage. 3 of them again. 1, 2, 'elbow up, petrissage 3 times. And the compression, well, it's a stripping on both sides, but you do it on both sides. Then we're going to flip it over, elbow toward the ceiling, more motion up. Then 3 petrissage. On each side. Stripping. Nerf ball squeeze on the deltoid. Take a deep breath. On her exhale, we'll lift up and then bring it out and stretch it. Then walk it back down. 3 effleurage. Then on the 4th effleurage, come up and really get up here on her trap. Petrissage. And turn stroke. 3 effleurage. Curve stroke. And redrape. Come up to 90 degrees, bring it over. Back down. She's putting up there. So should I go up here and tuck it? No. Okay. Okay.